I want to ask you a question. What media organization can you think of in the world that's having a bigger effect at actually waking people up to hardcore issues? Sure, Ron Paul is wonderful, and he talks about the private Federal Reserve and the inflation tax and the imploding economy that's being engineered by the central bankers. But when it comes to media, who will really tell it like it is? And who has woken more people up? The answer is Infowars.com. And that's because you, the listeners of my broadcast in the last 15 years, as we slowly built and grew this platform to get the message of true freedom and sovereignty out, have continued to spread the word about the transmission. We're not funded with federal government product placement or propaganda placement or behavior placement money, as Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC are on record with billions of dollars a year of federal money. We're not supported by the big mega corporations that want the New World Order that is a giant collectivized corporate slave system. We don't have that support. We have your support. We are truly grassroots. And everything we've talked about, unfortunately, is coming true. I wish we'd been wrong, but we were only following the globalist-owned documents that were public. And so we've been proven right. And as we go into this critical juncture, this critical time in 2010, 2011, as we look forward, we realize here at Infowars.com, my syndicated radio show and the websites and the films, that we've got to kick it into the next gear, the next level. We've got to give our maximum effort against tyranny. There is a huge awakening taking place. Just this week, it came out that all the conspiracy theorists were right, that most of the big mortgage companies and major banks have been engaged in fraud, even repossessing homes that they didn't even have the deed to and that were paid off. Now they're suspending most foreclosure around the country. 5 major banks have completely suspended it, including the biggest mortgage holder, Bank of America. But that's just one issue. The dollar is plunging. World government is being announced. The answer to the crisis the banks engineered is to give them more power. Bottom line, we have a responsibility to intensify our operations against the globalist. And it's been your support of the radio show, the sponsors, the buying the books, the t-shirts, the films, getting them out to people that has supported us over the years. Now we want to complete our TV studio. We want to launch a big social network to get freedom lovers together. We want to do so many other things like producing 4 films a year, not just 2. Many of my documentaries, like The Obama Deception, have been seen tens of millions of times for free online because you have supported us. We are on a mission to expose the globalists. Their crimes are so incredible, so transparent, that if we will simply expose them and resist them and continue to say no to their oppression, their system will fall apart and is already beginning to fall apart. They are not invincible. They're only men just like us. And I believe, I know that free humanity is better than these parasitical control freaks. I know we're going to beat them. But I also know we don't have a choice. Slavery isn't a choice at all. I want liberty. And so I'm going to fight with every ounce of my being, of my soul, of my spirit. We're going to have a 24-plus hour special broadcast that kicks off at 11 a.m. Central this Thursday and runs through Friday into the next live radio broadcast. It'll be live as well on Friday. And we're having the 3rd money bomb. The first money bomb started 3 years ago when listeners began the effort on their own. I didn't really support it at first because I never really asked for donations. But that money that came in, that $300,000, really helped us expand. And the second money bomb helped us move into these studios and build what we've done here. We need this 3rd money bomb going into this depression, going into this controlled implosion to be even bigger so that we can complete the studios and expand the overall output of key information we're putting out. We are going 110%. And if you believe in what we're doing, if you support what we're doing, spread the word about the broadcast, the online videos, the films, the news websites, and donate, whether it's $5 or $100. Every bit of that money bomb is going to go directly into expanding our facilities so we can challenge the corporate media at an even higher level. My friends, it is up to you the effect we're going to have. But you've seen George Soros publications like Media Matters and many others intensifying their attacks on us. You've seen the ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, saying that I'm a menace and a danger.
The government, law enforcement, there are a whole set of evil agents out there. And though I don't expect to see Alex Jones taking a shot at them anytime soon, there are people out there who are perfectly willing to do exactly that.
You've seen Nightline.
Floating these highly charged ideas at a time when the country is already very angry and anxious, that you're making things more dangerous.
You've seen MSNBC.
When the hatred of our own elected government becomes explosive.
He maintains that he's neither far right nor far left, but his appeal to the anti-government new right is palpable.
You've witnessed CNN. You've seen them all coming after us.
I'm not calling for any offensive actions. I'm calling, like Malcolm X did, for people to be able to protect themselves in this country from scum at CNN.
As Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, then you win. First they ignored us, then they laughed at us, now they've been really attacking us. Well, what comes next? We're going to win. It is not a foregone conclusion. It is not a self-fulfilling prophecy that we have to give in to tyranny and that's just the way it is. Resistance is victory. Simply standing up is victory. And we've been out there on the front lines when MSNBC employees are attacking us and cutting up our equipment with knives.
9/11 was an inside job! 9/11 was an inside job! 9/11 was an inside job! Do not touch him! Your MSNBC employees assaulted us and broke our other bullhorn, so we brought 2 more.
We have stood there and taken it and resisted when the media has lied and claimed that we're supporting cop killers. We have exposed FBI operatives like Hal Turner, who attacked me for more than a decade as a federal agent, and it came out in federal court he was a federal agent. We are under attack by COINTELPRO, by the financed fake grassroots, the Rent-A-Mob, by the corporate media, by the think tanks. The In the Fed rallies that I've been at have been surveilled by the U.S. Army. My great crew members like Rob Dew up at the G20 last year, he got arrested, taken to a FEMA facility. They had troops and police there and had bags over people's heads. It's turning out in Pennsylvania that an Israeli company was involved in surveilling members of the legislature for Homeland Security. These are perilous times. This is serious issues. And I'm going to explain it again very simply. Our success is governed by our hard work, our focus, our determination, our research. We've got that side of the equation. But the other side of the equation is you supporting us. I know there are a lot of well-to-do people out there who have pumped their money into the Democrats and Republicans and who feel like they're members of the establishment. You know you're being targeted in this implosion. You understand that we are going into a seriously authoritarian, high-tech version of slavery. And so I'm asking you, the people out there, who the federal government takes your money and then uses your own tax money to finance propaganda against you, I'm asking you not at the coercive barrel of a gun like the government does, but simply by asking that if you believe in what we're doing, if you believe in the message that you see and hear and that we're putting out, or if you even believe in true alternative grassroots media challenging the globalist, that you need to support us. But whatever you do, join us this October 14th from 11 a.m. right into October 15th, a 24-plus hour live transmission with special, never-before-seen video interviews that are coming up in 2 of our new films we're developing.
Alan Watt.
The evidence is all there, but knowledge, remember, is scattered.
Lord Christopher Monckton.
Life in prison would be the best thing for Al Gore.
Dr. Clennard Childress.
Margaret Sanger was a devout racist, and that's what people need to know.
Dr. Paul Craig Roberts.
How bad can it get? It can get worse. It will get worse.
Catherine Austin Fitz.
If you pick up the telephone and call the customer service number if you have a problem with your food stamps, you know who you get? You get somebody in India who works for JP Morgan Chase.
Jeffrey M. Smith.
One of the interesting aspects of genetic engineering is anytime a scientist discovers a problem, they're attacked.
And a bunch of live interviews, your phone calls, and a lot more as we attempt to raise $500,000. The website is InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com, and of course we're going to have live streaming throughout the day at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, not just of audio, but of video of this historic transmission. And if you can't give, if you aren't doing well, as most Americans are, I don't want you to give $1. There's a lot of people out there who are going to have their wealth destroyed if they don't step up. The middle class is disappearing. It's time for people out there that claim they're libertarians, claim they're patriots, claim they're freedom lovers, to actually back someone who is for real, who tells it like it is, that talks about inside jobs, that talks about government-sponsored terror, that talks about eugenics, that expose the fact that our government's been injecting people worldwide with syphilis, not just black people in Alabama. We're hardcore. We're the most hardcore transmission there is out there. And that's why the government operatives and the haters and the control freaks at every level come after us, because they know we're real in their gut and they're scared of it. We've got the weapons, we've got the crews, we've got the maps, we've got the GPS. We're ready to go into New World Order Central and blast the hell out of them in the Infowar. All you need to do is pull up with your trucks on the tarmac and put the fuel in our engines. We are blasting off, going into enemy territory, launching the biggest offensive we have ever done. But the destiny of this operation is up to you. Again, if the banksters have raped you 7 ways to Sunday, I don't want you to donate. Spread the word about this special 24+ hour broadcast that's coming up. That's the key. I want to commend my crew and everyone over the years out there that spread the word about the show, that has bought our books and videos, and has enabled us to give the films out on the web for free. You have had a massive effect. Together, we have reached over 200 million people in just the last 2 years alone on YouTube and Google alone. That's got the system scared. That's why they're trying to co-opt what we're doing and repackage it as a neocon fake right-wing movement. That's why it is our responsibility to move to the next level to effectively challenge the globalist and bring true grassroots, populist, constitutional leadership to the front. To paraphrase Samuel Adams, it does not take a majority to prevail. It only takes an irate, focused, angry minority to continually push forward and ignite bushfires in the minds of men and women everywhere. Every single one of you is a commando on the front lines of the Infowar. I don't want you behind me. I want you right beside me. I will see you October 14th, 11 a.m. Central for the kickoff of the Infowars Money Bomb 2010. The grassroots has demanded it, and we're going to give it to you.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.